In the last moments of the last days, a fire will push people toward the battlefield, and then the universe will be destroyed. Before mentioning that time, let us speak about the Western astrophysicists who have quickly reached the conclusion that this universe will indeed be destroyed, that it will cease to exist. Billions of dollars have been spent on this research, yet if people had studied the Qur'an 1400 years ago, they might not have been so confused for so long. One of the most hopeless prophecies in the history of science was made by a German scientist, Hermann van Helmont, who said that the universe is dying. When Einstein's theory of gravity was applied to the universe, it was decided that the universe is limitless. Perhaps this was also in the mind of Allama Iqbal when he said that this universe is not yet complete, perhaps it is about to be destroyed. There is no clear limitation to this universe from which it can escape. And if the speed of its expansion exceeds a certain limit, it will escape the gravitational pull of the other elements of the cosmos. The expansion will then continue endlessly, and later the universe will begin to shrink back again. Imagine the force of gravity is such, whatever goes up must also come down. If it remains within the sphere of Earth's gravitational pull, it falls back, but if its speed exceeds a certain point, it escapes into space. So the question arises, what is the speed of expansion or movement of the universe that will eventually decrease, causing it to shrink? Finally, the journey of its return will begin, a process of conflict that will end with the universe's destruction. What can be the weight of this universe? Modern science estimates that the average number of stars in our galaxy is around 100 billion, and that's just our Milky Way. There are about 10 billion galaxies in the universe, not including celestial bodies that do not emit light, such as dead stars, planets, asteroids, black holes, gases, and cosmic dust. The middle parts of galaxies are also not empty, they are filled with vast amounts of gases and unseen matter. All of this, billions upon billions of stars, will one day be extinguished in a moment. In their place, new stars will be formed in the arms of the magnificent nebulae. But the matter that existed at the beginning of the universe, which gradually became part of these stars, will eventually be consumed. Every moment, the universe loses more of its original matter, its source, and one day, this age of light will end in darkness. A universe completely empty, darkness everywhere. An extremely limited amount of matter spread across limitless space. Another thought emerging from Einstein's theories suggests that since the universe is a closed system expanding like a bubble, once it reaches a certain point, this bubble will suddenly collapse or extinguish. The collision of all celestial objects, stars, planets, will form one massive black hole, possibly marking the final state of the universe. There may be many ways for the universe to die. For example, our sun will slowly transform into a red giant, about 256 times its current size, and then move rapidly toward its death. It will explode and be destroyed like other supernova stars, along with its nearby systems. One such explosion was witnessed in 1604 AD by the Italian scientist Kepler, an event visible on Earth for 3 weeks. Eventually, all planets, including our Earth, will turn into vapor from the sun's intense heat, scattering like ashes across space. Scientists say that 5 billion years ago, the sun was about 4% smaller, emitted 38% less light, and was 10% cooler. It was then a chemically uniform star with a core temperature of 100 million degrees Celsius. Now the sun has become non-homogeneous, beginning its journey toward becoming a red giant. When its brightness multiplies several thousand times, all the water on Earth will evaporate, the oceans will boil, and hot gases will engulf the planet, destroying all life. Then everything will turn into a flaming inferno. In the Qur'an, Allah says, He asks, when is the day of judgment? But when the eyes will be dazzled, and the moon will be without light, and the sun and the moon will be joined together. Then man will say, where is the escape today? These verses make it clear that the destruction of the earth, the sun, the moon, and the stars are deeply interconnected. The moon has no light of its own, it reflects the light of the sun. Therefore, before the moon becomes dark, the sun must first lose its light. Scientists predict that before the sun reaches the red giant stage, its intensity will increase so much that the oceans will boil, marine life will perish, and the Earth's surface will melt or evaporate. Mountains will become like cotton, soft, weightless, and scattered in the air. In addition to these cosmic signs, several earthly disasters could also destroy our planet. For example, the fall of a massive meteor, the collision of a comet with the Earth, a catastrophic nuclear war, or the collapse of the ozone layer, after which the sun's ultraviolet rays would become deadly for life. If the vast ice layers in the polar regions, some nearly a mile thick, were to melt, the water levels of the oceans would rise 30 to 40 feet, submerging low-lying countries like Holland and others beneath the sea. If there is a purpose behind the creation of this universe, then its end must also have meaning. If it were meant to last forever, it would be purposeless. When a person begins a journey, there must be a destination; without one, there is no purpose. Perhaps the universe, too, will one day vanish, as proof that everything must taste death. This vast, ever-expanding, powerful universe will one day disappear.